Guess what? External circumstances will never bring you internal satisfaction. What do I mean by that? I believe that, especially for men, we are geared and programmed to accomplish things on the external, to show our body of work, from our bodies to our accomplishments in career and academics and just life in general. Men, it is so important that we have something to show in our lives. And yet, there's so many men, myself included, the wounded, broken version of myself, that the older I get, the more healed I get, I realize that the money doesn't heal the pain. It may soften the blow. It may soften the blow. But it doesn't truly bring us the sense of fulfillment that we truly desire as men. What are you desiring in this world? What are you truly seeking? Would you seek all the riches, all the fame, all the fortune, all the success that you can imagine? Even your body? Do you think those things would solve the equation on the inside? I think that's where the problem lies. And that's where I really saw major success along my healing path and this healing journey, was falling in love with myself, repairing my relationship with myself, realizing that the thoughts I have about myself, when I see myself, right? I know guys that are super ripped and buffed, and it came as a result of a lot of hard work, meaning that they transformed their bodies. They went from really fat, obese, heavy, unhealthy, into this beast physically. But here's the problem: mentally and emotionally, their self-image is still the obese. They're continuously, even with a sense of addiction, trying to just like use the gym and use the strength as like a mask, as like a body of armor to truly enhance the self-image. But the self-image is healed on the inside, not on the outside. And this is a difficult subject to explain, especially to men, because I believe in this country right now, one of the biggest pandemics that we have is that a majority of men walking on the planet are covertly depressed. Are you depressed? And yet there is a lot of influential men out there that totally write off depression as even being a thing. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, it's just kind of a suck it up culture. And I know all about that. My time as a Navy corpsman with the Marines, it was all about suck it up, walk it off, rub some dirt on it. I mean, even just from just being a kid, it was always about just the suck it up culture. And all that suppression leaves a lot of men driven for some kind of validation by, getting the bag, climbing the mountain of success or even fame, and yet there's something on the inside that all of that, it still doesn't satisfy your soul, that you can truly sit there with yourself and be happy and be content and be joyful and blissful. And I'm still working, I'm still tinkering with this, because there's residue in the depths of who I am. There's still residue in there from the old. And I'm so grateful just to be on the healing journey. I do know for sure that, you know, I'm not looking on the external to feel good about things. And that's literally where I've had to go and try alternative therapies, like doing hypnotherapy, doing breathwork ceremonies, doing yoga, meditation, journaling, listening to literal every single night. This is probably something I haven't talked about, but it's facts. And if you want help with this resource, reach out to me, resultskillexcuses@gmail.com. But literally every single night, I listen to sleep subconscious reprogramming tracks every night. And there's sometimes when someone else is with me, and, you know, unfortunately not everybody loves to listen to that stuff, but it's been one of the most effective ways of reprogramming my subconscious state of being, which is really where you're getting that self-image from. And so if you are looking for some tools, trust me, I've tried all this stuff, and that's why I've put together the 25 lessons on the Results Kill Excuses app, which is where we have our academy. And there's one course in particular that comes to mind that's called Making Over My Relationships. And guess what? The first relationship you need to make over is the one you have with yourself. Affirming yourself, loving yourself. And, you know, kind of the silly thing about this, but it's really what it's all about, is that if you're someone that struggles to really, really, really love yourself, a big part of what that takes as an adult, especially as a man, is for you to reconnect with the little boy inside of you. And there's probably a chance that that little boy is scared, he's alone, he feels unloved, he feels unheard, unseen. Because if you really think about it, you know, whenever you started hitting adult life, which for me was about between 10 and 12, I started having to elevate into the adult and sort of suppressing that child voice, that childlike, youthful, playful version of myself. And I wonder if you feel the same. And one of the things that I've come back to through my sobriety is to really connect with little Gregory, right? That's what we're going to call him. Who you're hearing right now is Greg. I'm the super dad. The man that I never had, the man that he never had. But I'm the man that's willing to take time to listen and to really connect with little Gregory. And you have a little boy inside of you too, or a little girl if you're listening. As a woman, you're welcome to this conversation. And here's the thing. Could you imagine if you're a parent and you have your child there, and your child one day says, "Hey, Dad, I need to talk to you," and you just ignore it. And it's like, "Hey, Dad, I need to tell you something, Dad," and you ignore it. And it's like the kids just keep saying, "Dad, Dad, Dad, Dad," for 5 minutes, 1 hour, one day, still, "Dad, Dad, why won't you listen to me? I have something to tell you." 1 day, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, Dad. I mean, eventually the voice goes cold. And that's what's happened to so many of us. When you don't feel happy, when you can't feel loving and peaceful and just happy, joyful, kind, it's because you've neglected the inner child and you're just out there slaying the day, doing the adulting. And a lot of that it's thankless work. It's putting in, punching clocks, whether you're, in charge or working at the blue collar, the white collar, or somewhere in between. It's all thankless work in the adult world. Very little appreciation and gratitude. And yet we forget what it is to be playful, to be youthful. And I really want to encourage you to sit back, grab a piece of paper. Don't always try and figure this shit out in your head. Get it out of your head and put it down. And think of 3 things that you really loved doing when you were a kid. I can tell you, for me, I really loved playing outside. And some of the things that I love to do, so outside is a big thing for me, but what did I love to do outside? Well, I love to ride my bike. I love to go fishing, right? And I love to go camping. Like, I really love those things. And so those are things that I still, and even back then I used to do like a lot of make-believe and playing with toys and, forts and, having little battles and stuff with all the action figures. And, but that was the stuff I loved to do. And I want you to think about 3 things that you loved to do as a little kid. And guess what I'm going to say next? Do you know? You know what I'm about to say next. You need to make time to go do those things. And don't do them as a silly person, like as an adult. Like, if you love to dance, roller skate, skateboard, go do it. Oh, I can't do it. I'm old, right? Right away, the parent, the adult. We ain't got no time for the little kid. We got to do adult shit around here. That's the other voice, right? That's the critical voice. We ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. But wait, what do you have time for? You got time for all this other shit? But you can't make time to start falling back in love with yourself? Rekindling that playful youthfulness? I really believe it's the true fountain of youth. It's changed my life. Setting intentions to go and play, to be youthful, to do the things that I loved. And those are the things I loved. And I go and do these things on a regular basis. Another part of loving yourself is taking care of yourself. And again, it's, what is your nutrition? Are you getting an exercise? Are you, eating healthy? Right? If you work hard and your body's always aching and all this stuff, right? Are you getting massages? Are you willing to go to like a hot springs type place to just soak them bones? Knowing it's not about hot tubbing it and drinking. It's like, really be spiritual with these practices. These are spiritual practices. And they're so beneficial. They're so powerful to help shift you from just getting through life, tolerating life painfully, that you can start making some time to be youthful again. I saw a guy he's an influencer online, and I think it was last year, the year before, he one of his hobbies as a kid was skateboarding, and he got all the pads and the helmet and the board and, started redeveloping his skills for skateboarding. And now he's fucking killing it in at the skate parks and stuff. And it's cool. I think he's probably 50 years old. And I know that this is a man that's also pursuing, being an influencer, living a healthy lifestyle, taking good care of himself, being an example, being a role model. And that's a big part of it, is being playful. clearly I don't want you to injure yourself doing something, but that's why you start small. Like, even whatever it is, you start small. But you give yourself a chance. That little kid inside of you still wants to do that stuff. We just get so full of ourselves as adults that we say, no, man, no permission. Permission denied. You don't get to have fun no more. You gotta go do the job. You gotta go do the adult thing. And it's like, you're missing out on one of the most precious parts of this life, is to still be youthful and playful and have fun. If you loved playing on playgrounds, go to a park. Go swing. Go climb on the monkey bars in the jungle gyms. Whatever it is that you used to love doing. Quit making excuses and start living life by having fun, right? And so I know I'm going to be really digging deeper and deeper and deeper into the covert depression that is really plaguing men in this world right now. That's why we got 2,000 men killing themselves every day. It's because we don't have the words to ask for help. And even if we did, we don't feel worthy. But it's just something as simple as flipping a switch and saying, man, what did I do when I was a kid? Right? Do I need everyone to see me? Do I need everyone to know? Do I need to ask permission? You don't need any of that. Self-love, really loving yourself, is about realizing that you're worthy of that love. And the love you give yourself is the love you're going to be able to give others. So love yourself unconditionally. This was one of the biggest breakthroughs. I'm going to leave you guys with this, and we'll continue talking about this. I'm so thankful to everyone that's been engaging, commenting. There's a lot of vulnerability. This is something I dreamed about. There's so much. I love the vulnerability, and I'm doing my best to really be present and stay on topic and really hear what you're saying. And if you're watching this video and you're a little hesitant, you're a little gun shy to reach out privately, I'm telling you, man, this ain't no bullshit. I'm willing to give anybody a 90-minute session. It's all strategy. So it's about really focusing in on what's your goals, what are the burdens, what are the obstacles that are facing you, and how do we break through? How do we put together a plan? And if you want to work with me longer term, then that's a whole nother discussion. That does involve investment, but I'm willing to just help people, knowing that the more value, the more support that I offer you guys, don't worry, my shit will be taken care of. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for those of you that are hearing this message. And I know there's a lot of men, that's what's really fueling me. It's the men that are starting to speak up with some vulnerability. Those of you that have already started down the path, it's so impressive. It's so encouraging. It's a beautiful thing. And I continue to tell you, keep going. Just keep going. Even when you get knocked down, right? One of the new shirts I got coming out now, if you haven't checked it out, I would love for you to support the merchandise as well. But one of the shirts says, get up, dust off, keep going. That's the results kill excuses. It happens time and time again. But one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had through therapy was when my therapist, my current therapist right now, she started cross-talking. All right, I want the adult version of you. Give him a name. That guy's G-Dog. I want him, G-Dog, to talk to Gregory, the little boy. And I want him to talk about this. And then she would do, okay, well, now I want G-Dog to talk to Greg, the parent. And, it was kind of doing this cross-talk, framing these conversations in terms of situations where I was self-sabotaging, acting destructive, feeling uncontrollable in my own feelings and emotions, causing more harm to those people I love, and just trying to get to the root of why. And the truth is that the little boy was scared, the adult was overprotective, and the parent, this version of me that you're hearing right now, Greg, Super Dad, he was undeveloped. And it's because I didn't have a real parental figure in my life. So my adult was immature, grew up way too soon, and the little boy was still left feeling like a burden, feeling unlovable. And yet it was like the light bulb. I had a light bulb moment, you guys. In having all this crosstalk, I was like, wait, this is the conflict inside of me? No way. How could I be divided within myself? And it was like I saw all of these versions of me sitting at a table saying, wait, what are we doing? Why are we fighting? We don't gotta fight. Ain't none of us gonna abandon, none of us. Because at the end of the day, it's self-rescue and ain't nobody gonna come save our asses. But we got each other. And if we can work in unison, in harmony, we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. Guess what? You have this too. And you're unstoppable. But you gotta want it. And you gotta believe in it. And you gotta start putting in the work. And a part of that means asking for help. You could get coaching help like me. You need some professional help. But you also need to start thinking about some of the things that you need to stop doing. It's not even about what you need to start doing. It's that you need to stop. The things that are harming you, the things that you're using to escape, just feeling uncomfortable, feeling stressed, feeling unloved, feeling like you're being taken advantage of and feeling the blood boil. There's a way to process that in a healthy way. And it would be my honor to be able to guide you through that. I love you guys. Keep tuning in here. Keep commenting down below. Keep being seen and heard and sharing your voice. It's a powerful, powerful thing that we're building here. And we're just getting started. Because there are way, way, way too many people that are needing this message, that are still in denial. But I have absolute confidence that I am sent here for a time such as this to talk to amazing, beautiful, loving, incredible, invincible person like you. Because it's your time too. Let's do this together. That's where the strength is. Building a community of like-minded people that want to challenge themselves to be the best version of themselves for the greatest good. To share the greatest parts of us with the people around us and the world beyond. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses. Because if it was easy, it won't be worth it. Greg's out.